I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Kevin Mills is suing Kyle Brennan in the amount of $4,000.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. May now be seated.
Mr. Mills claims he paid for his employee to attend an out-of-state convention and says the defendant then quit to take another job.
State your name, sir.
My name is Kevin Mills.
Sir?
Kyle Brennan.
All right, and sir, you're suing the defendant for $4,000, alleging he owes you this money for a company-funded trip that he took?
Yes, sir.
All right, start with you.
Yes, sir. So with all due respect, Mr. Brennan was supposed to go on a trip down to Tampa Bay to a seminar. The seminar was supposed to give me more business. I'm a funeral director. It's a family-based business. I'm a second-generation funeral director owner. He started as
What's
a funeral.
What's the name of it?
Mills Funeral Home.
Mills?
Yes, sir, Mills.
Okay. You all have heard of Leak's Funeral Home in Chicago?
Yes, sir. A.R. Leak?
Yeah, that's right. Stacy Leak, who is a third-generation funeral director, was my long-term 20-year assistant.
Oh, wow. I look up to him.
You do look up to them?
Yes, sir.
Good. They're
Yes,
one of the great African-American funeral homes in history. Now, what can you tell me about funeral home life? He's told me about one of my, he looks up to my protege and his family in the same business.
Yes, sir. Yes, Sean.
Is he conning me, or he probably never heard of me?
No, he's not conning you. He's a good man. Mr.
Okay.
Mills is a good man.
Oh, you
He's
trying to get out this lawsuit. Then what's happening? Tell me how you all know each other and how long you've worked for the funeral home and how has it gone since the time you've worked with them?
Yes, Your Honor, I've been with the funeral home for about 3 years. I started out as an attendant where I kind of like was an usher or kind of consoled the family, kind of helped bring in, take care of them. And then he promoted me to assistant director for 1 year. And that's where I began to like explore the options of social media to promote the business of the funeral home. Mr. Mills, we discussed the convention, National Funeral Convention that was taking place in Tampa, Florida. And we talked about me going out there, and he said I worked really hard. He said I was a hard worker for his business. Said I deserved the trip, and wanted me to do a lot of networking and things of that nature, which is what I did when I went out there.
Where did you stay in Tampa?
I stayed at the Hilton in Tampa.
Downtown?
Downtown,
on the
yes,
waterfront?
Yes, sir.
That's my favorite city. All right. So, sir, what's your problem? He said he went to network for the company and...
Yeah. My problem is not that he's not a good worker. My problem is not he's not a good guy. My problem was that he used my hard-earned $4,000 to go down and find another job and secure another job with another company. And $4,000 of my expenses, he also used for meals. He used to go golfing. He used to...
Was there a budget for the trip? Usually you would say, this is your budget.
Yes, sir. The budget was originally $3,500. Okay. But he texted me out the blue one day, and I reminded him, hey, you're down there for business. He texted me to go to another social media and depression seminar for $500, so he bumped up the cost from $3,500 to $4,000. I reminded him, I have the text messages, I have social media posts of him out. He erased some of the original posts of him out at the club, him eating like a fat cat. We understand we all have fun, we all human, but He came back, and in 2 weeks, he had another job. It's like he took his resume out there to make some connections to get another job. And then when he came back for the 2 weeks, he was acting real brand new. His swagger was different. He was distant. He looked like he had already moved on. He looked like he was done with us. He used me. I felt like I was used.
Yeah, and I took protocol. When I came back, I did give him a 2 weeks.
Let's talk about when you were there.
While I was there.
What information or knowledge did you obtain that would be worth $4,000 trip?
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Did you convey to him any new insight that enhanced his business?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did he, sir?
He wasn't there long enough to even make an impact.
And later,
I took a rideshare to the airport. He had a conservative, pretty much political podcast on that I wasn't comfortable with, so I asked him to turn it down.
He put you out of the car.
Absolutely.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with a case of Kevin Mills, who is suing Kyle Brennan for breach of contract.
Okay, the 500 I want to address that I asked him for in regards to the social media class that we took that was a part of the convention that we were at. It was an extra because he wasn't fully aware of how much it was going to be when we got there. He told me when I got there to let him know how much it would be. He did see some posts or some things on a story that I was posting, but more than any of that, it was booth set up in regards to like how to dig a hole, how to arrange florals, how to grieving counseling after a funeral, things of that nature, how to hire singers. All of that was taking place out there. I learned how to do a lot of that, and for the business, you know, pushed his name. I told people are dying to meet Mr. Mills, and like to come back, I got our job offer when I got back from one of the colleagues I met out there for social media.
And that happens, sir. Did you help enhance his business at all?
Yes, sir.
With the things that you learned on his $4,000 dime? In other words, for the 2 weeks when you returned, did you convey to him any new operational ideas or insight that enhanced his business?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did he, sir?
He gave me a little advice, but he wasn't there long enough to even make an impact.
He gave you the information. That's what I asked.
Yes, sir, a little bit, but not enough for it to be a great investment. I have the breakdown of everything. I have evidence
Let's
of
see it,
everything.
please, Amir. What is it a breakdown of?
This is the breakdown of the trip expenses, line by
No, I
line.
want to know what came with it. I don't want to know what I know what it cost. $4,000. The question is, what did you receive from that $4,000? You said you received some, and I need to know what that sum is.
Well, he gave me a little bit of help on the website. He made it to where people could drop comments on the website who were grieving, and he did give me an idea.
You need to go to a convention for that. You can get on the internet for that.
And then he gave me a little bit more ideas on how to make the funerals interactive online.
There you
for
go.
People to go and watch it if they're out of
And
town.
obviously it was, that's very beneficial. Sir, what do you say you gave that would enhance his business?
I did give a website. I built several. I built the social media platforms, and it's a lot of intake that you go in with that because
you built that after between the coming home and leaving.
Yes, sir. Between leaving and coming back. Me and him sat down and I was showing him how to build his platforms.
I disagree, sir.
Showing him how to set up the times
He was very
release.
This is when you returned.
When I returned.
You began showing him what again?
How to post. You have to set up certain times to post on your social media platform. How to promote your business. How to make it look like it's a business on versus a friend group or anything of that nature. You have to post at certain times like 7 a.m., noon, 6 o'clock p.m., 8 p.m. In certain times where people are active on social media. I set that up for him. Only time he says I got a little squeamish is when I got the job offer. And that's because I was afraid to kind of tell him. Then he got a little weird after that.
He phoned it in, sir.
No, sir.
He phoned it in the last 2 weeks.
Sir, it sounds like the information he gave you was definitely worth $4,000.
Not in my opinion, sir. He
I
phoned
know,
it in.
but I'm the one whose opinion that counts today.
Yeah, the thing is
And helping you set up websites, helping you market, show you unique ways or new ways to your business, of marketing your business, etc.
Set up a live stream. That's another thing.
What's
too.
that?
I set up live streams for him.
Set up a live stream also
For him to
for
go
the
live
funerals.
stream on his funerals.
Major asset that you would probably have a competitive advantage
Yes, sir.
over others because he was able to do that. You have definitely received $4,000. You'll get that $4,000 back from that live stream alone. New opportunity you have for the funeral goers and the family and friends of the deceased. So I'm going to dismiss your claim. You got your $4,000 worth.
Your Honor.
And yes, I'm glad he did get a better job. You want your employees to get a better job.
Thank you, Your
I know it's $4,000, but you benefited from the $4,000. You act like you didn't get any benefit. If you didn't get any benefit, and then perhaps you would have a case. I got no benefit. All I know, Judge, is I see on the internet, he's partying, drinking, flirting around, blah, 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 blah. That's where my money went, and I didn't get anything. No, he did all that, which is what, unfortunately, many men do at conventions. Time the bell ring, like school. They go to the bar, go to the da-da-da, hit on the women, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So he may have did all of that. It's just pretty much well known in society that people party at conventions after the day, workshops and all of that is done.
Sir, may I show you
so
some
he
photos?
did all of that, but yet he delivered you what amounts to $4,000 worth of marketing opportunities. Yes, sir.
Sir, I have photos here, and you said that he benefited the business, but it looked like he benefited himself. You
That's a
know,
good thing, and
Younger
he
men
did.
are online a lot. They're doing a lot of clout chasing, a lot of posting of them doing nice things so they can show their friends, and that's not why I sent them down there. I sent them down there to really enhance my businesses.
All right, I'll tell you what then. If you end your live stream and sign an agreement that you'll never use that live stream, then I'll give you your money back.
I can't do that, sir.
Yeah, I know you can't because it benefited you. Have a good day. Claim dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
He used me for another job. I don't mind you getting another job. At least give me the return on my investment.
Coming up,
He was my rideshare driver the day before Thanksgiving last year.
He put you out of the car.
He put me out of the car, absolutely, for smelling like marijuana.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Jason Tomlin is suing Paul McGee in the amount of $471. Mr. Tomlin claims he was stranded miles from the airport after his rideshare driver accused him of smelling like weed and kicked him out of the car.
State your name,
My name is Jason Tomlin.
sir.
Paul McGee.
All right. And, sir, you're suing the defendant, Mr. McGee, for $471, alleging he owes you this money for abandoning you at a gas station, causing you to miss your flight.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. Start with you. Where do you all know each other from?
He was my rideshare driver the day before Thanksgiving last year.
All right. And so you want to tell me about the case then?
Of course, of course. The day before Thanksgiving last year, I took a rideshare to the airport. Paul showed up, put my bags in his car. We took a nice drive. We were about maybe 10 minutes away from the airport. At that point, he had a conservative, pretty much politically racial podcast on that I wasn't comfortable with.
I'm playing on this.
Playing on the radio, correct. I was not very comfortable with that, so I asked him to turn it down. He was polite, and he did turn it down at that point. I looked down at my phone, and my phone was about dead. And at that point, I asked for a phone charger. He declined immediately and was very, very upset about it. And I didn't understand why. And then he accused me of smelling like marijuana. About a few minutes afterwards, I saw on the rideshare app, showed up that he declined the ride and canceled it, basically, sending me off to the side of the road, threw my bags onto the sidewalk near a gas station, maybe 3 or 4 miles from the airport.
He put you out of the car.
He put me out of the car, absolutely, for smelling like marijuana.
Coming up,
You got a dope head in your car yelling at you.
That was my assessment of the situation.
Under what circumstances can you relieve a passenger from your car?
If I'm feeling physically unsafe or threatened,
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Jason Tomlin, who was suing Paul McGee for negligence.
Hear from you?
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it. I did pick up the passenger for the airport. I noticed the smell of marijuana and cannabis almost immediately, and I had some concerns, but I knew it was an airport trip and wanted to be a professional.
What was your concern? I'm curious about him having the smell of marijuana on his
marijuana is illegal.
clothes.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Marijuana is illegal in the state of Idaho. It smelled up my car.
So what ensued after that?
We start leaving for the airport. He asked for the phone charger. I have a policy in my car that I don't lend out my phone charger any further. That upset him. We got into a little bit. I asked him about the marijuana. He said he didn't have any on him. That sort of escalated the conversation a little bit. And as corporate policy suggests, I have a right to end.
Okay, did it get contemptuous? You said you all argued, didn't you?
Of course we argued, but I didn't. Absolutely no raising of voices happened.
So why do you think he did it?
I think it was a political retaliation.
Because you asked him to turn his...
I think that's where it started at, absolutely.
That's an unfair assessment, Your Honor. I was following policy the whole time.
Under what circumstances can you relieve a passenger from your car?
Your Honor, the policy is if I'm feeling physically unsafe or threatened in any way, it's at my discretion as the driver.
Here you got a dopehead in your car yelling at you.
That was my assessment of the situation, Your Honor.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
This is a tough one, sir, because he has every right, and you said you all were arguing. And I think he has that right, sir. I think he had the right to end that fare because it became contemptuous. He smelled marijuana. He could have felt he was risking his freedom as well. Because if you had marijuana on you and he was stopped, they would take his car. So no, I think he was within his right to terminate that based on all the circumstances I'm listening to. If a passenger becomes combative, you should be allowed to terminate that ride. Well, it don't make you suffer that stress. Suppose it's an hour ride and you gotta listen and be under stress of some combative person talking in the back and got you stressed and et cetera. No, you shouldn't have to put up with that. And I'm not going to grant you a judgment that would legitimize your actions. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Justice was served as far as I'm concerned.
I'm really upset with how it turned out today.
Got your belongings?
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.